Comics of 100 Years Ago, February 14th, 1926. It's Krazy Cat by Herriman. Krazy and an unnamed dog stand next to some cactuses and a very stylized apple tree. As Krazy says, "Behold, in all the world no vegetable, no cereal, no fruit has rose to such a high height of philosophy as yon apple in yon apple tree." The dog says, "And yet, who can vie with the onion? Can we say in its..." Krazy sits as the dog begins to juggle and says, "Minneapolis. Is she a lady? No. She's a big city among the state of Minnesota. So much for the civic apple. Now, take a beverage apple like apple cider, the pastry apple like apple pie, the ocular apple like apple of the eyes, and that popular belled apple like apple blossom. Times in Normandy, it's possible. It's positively unlikely," the dog says. "But still and all, who can dispute the claim of the rutabaga to..." Krazy leans over a gap in a wall as the dog tries to thread a needle. Krazy says, "Would you scorn an apple because it is a pineapple? If so, scorn it not, because it is neither wood, nor does it pine." The dog says, "Sober reflection makes one pause. Savants differ in their opinion of the parsnip as a..." Krazy continues to elucidate as Gooseberry Sprig, the duck in the top hat, enters the picture. Krazy says, "Need I go into detail about Mrs. Eve, Mr. Adam's wife's adventure with a apple? And ain't all the collar makers mad at Mr. Adam, Mr. Eve's husband, for getting his neck out of shape with a apple? One could say as much about a fig, no, and much less about a huckleberry." "Well, well, well," says Gooseberry Sprig. "What of the mushmelon? If so, it..." And we get our center panel with the mesa showing. Gooseberry Sprig says, "In my day, the love apple didn't amount to much." "Love apple, say you? Love apple?" asks Krazy. The dog crosses his arms one way and his feet another, saying, "The soft blue eye of an infant potato, how often..." Gooseberry says, "Sure, love apples. They were red, and when they arrived at a certain age and to a certain status of deterioration, we used to toss them at folks." Krazy asks, "They was red, and you tossed them about?" The dog jumps from the top of wherever they're standing and says, "Ah, but where lies the charm of the spinach, even if..." "Don't talk to me about apples," Gooseberry says. Zip! The brick hits Krazy in the back of the head. Three hearts pop up with a peep. "Have at you, no good, have at you," says Ignatz. Krazy looks at the steaming brick and says, "And all the time I had an idea you was a brick." The cop has the mouse by the shoulders and says, "Nah, villain, nah, you don't.